Welcome to another stock info tutorial. In the previous parts we have created the depth of field using just the 3ds Max and its default scalar renderer. Today we'll create the same effect using rendere and the post-production program like After Effects for animating and Photoshop for still images. So here we have the scene we have previously created. We have firstly to change the renderer to NVIDIA Mental Ray. After that, we have to set some camera options. So here click and select camera. Now in the modify panel, disable the multipass effect. Now we have to modify some materials on the scene to improve the scene aspect. So pick two Argent design materials. The first one is for the floor and it is a satin varnished wood. Now drag its node to the floor and rearrange the materials. Now for this one you have to select maybe a satin metal and apply it to every box. Now select each box in the scene and click this icon here. Now you can make a test render. Now you'll notice that the scene is really dark, so we can improve this. Hit A key to enter the environment and effects. Now we have to change to MR photographic exposure control and render a preview. Now you can decrease the time of the exposure or about 160. Now I think the result is good. Then we have to enter render set at the render elements tab at the Z depth. Now this will create an alpha channel for the blur mask to be used in Photoshop or After Effects as a blur mask. Now the Z-min is the target distance of the camera, a bit decreased, so it be 30 for us, and the Z-max is the distance that the last object will be in focus, so it will be about 155. Then we have to render. Now our scene has been rendered, also the alpha channel and the image. So we have to save the output in desktop, so let it name .2, and here we are saving the alpha channel, so name it zdepth.png. You can now close this and save the image. Now we'll firstly go in After Effects to animate this effect, and then you'll learn how to create that effect in Photoshop. So open After Effects. Here we are in After Effects CS6. Firstly, we have to create a new project and then a new composition. Make it to be 1280 by 720 and the frame rate is 29.97. The duration is maybe 5 seconds. Now we have to import our images. Both of them, and drag them in our composition. Now we have to apply an effect. Enter effects, blur and sharpen, and camera lens blur. Now you'll notice that the whole image was blurred, but we don't want this. We have the blur map. Select the layer for the blur map, the Z depth. Now you have to invert the blur map. You'll notice how the blur effect is created. Now you have full control of the blur. So let's make it about 10% blurred, and other settings. This depends on your creativity. Repeat each pixels, and we have to enter the effects, and from here we have to create a keyframe for our blur focal distance, like this. Now go to the last frame and create another frame here. Well, and then increase the blur focal distance, so the first box will be out of focus. Now you can notice the effect. Let's make a ramp layer, ramp preview. So this is our animated blur. If you would want to create this effect in 3ds, it's really long time to, it's really a hard operation to render this blur. So now you can render this movie or what you can do. So now we have to create the same effect as a still image in Photoshop. You could also render this sequence as Photoshop files to have still images, but it's simpler to make it in Photoshop. Here we are in Photoshop CS6. We have to open both images as layers. So in desktop, open both images. Then drag the alpha channel here in our image. Make sure you align it good. So if you want to apply the lens blur effect, you'll not be able to load this image. So we have to select all and Ctrl C to copy it. Then create a new channel. It is alpha 1. Now paste the image. Then you can hide this layer. So go to the image layer and from filter pick a lens blur. Now you'll notice that the whole image is blurred. We don't want this. From source, select the alpha 1. Now you can already notice that the scene was blurred only for the mask. So you can decrease the radius for a more realistic effect. And here it also depends on your creativity what you want to do. So we have applied this effect, and this is our final image. So this tutorial has been ended. So thanks for watching.